Sienna Mae has finally responded, and if you haven't been following what's been going on between her and Jack Wright, check out my other video on my channel. I watch Ethan Klein as he watches the Jack Wright apology video. I'm going to quickly read over this article, and then we'll get into what she said in her blog post in a bit here. My name's Marshall. Drop a sub, and please tell me what you think about what's going on with this situation. So the Sun wrote here a bunch of stuff that she wrote in her blog, but we'll see a video, short 46-second video describing all that. But the Sun wrote, in May of 2021, Sienna Mae was accused of SA by a friend of a fellow Hype House member and her self-proclaimed former friend, Jack Wright, to which she has denied. Sienna went on to add that her publicists have released a statement to the media, and her legal team will potentially pursue a lawsuit against Jack Wright for defamation of character. The blog contains, there has been no police investigation, not even a police report to our knowledge, no charges, no private lawsuit, and no contract between Sienna and Jack for their respective legal term or teams in many months. The statement from her publicist read. In the blog, Sienna writes that after she was asked to be a member of the Hype House reality show, she wasn't sure of the relationship status between her and Jack. The influencer goes on to deny any claims that she and Wright did anything more than kiss, and adds that she was confused about their status the entire time they were together. Which, I mean, is understandable, I get that. But, like, at the same time, from his perspective and what he's been saying, it's more or less him telling you, bro, I don't want any part of this, and you just keep, going at it. But, the Sun goes on to write, at the end of her blog post, Sienna goes on to once again apologize to Wright, writing, I apologize if there were times that made you feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry if anything I ever did triggered other things you have experienced or any feelings of discomfort, which is nice to write, which is always, I mean, at least you said that. So let's see what she wrote in her blog posts here. We have who is this? King Asante narrating this for us. So I'm gonna turn on subtitles.
Instagram story saying, she said, everyone keeps speaking on my behalf. The last night I wrote this, I encourage you to read it all. Titled Sienna Mae Reflections from an 18-year-old Me. She starts off with the beginning of Jack and Sienna. She said that she was thrown into a crazy, exciting relationship 18-year-old.
Alright, so let's read this. I haven't even been 18 a whole week yet, but the decisions I've had to make as an adult are challenging me in ways that make me wish I could just go back to being a kid. It's too late for that. If you were here, you probably know about my situation. I'm going to assume that you know that for the last almost 8 months I've been fighting a very public battle that involves topics I didn't know much about until recently. Okay.
She starts off with the beginning.
When I was just 16 years old, one of my TikTok videos went viral on social media, then another, then another. I asked my hometown friend James Wright to do my first big interview with me in Los Angeles. He was out of town, so he asked his twin brother Jack to go with me. With my friend, I don't even know, his head is in the way. Was friends with Jack, but knew James Wright. James had in the way. Both of them had blown up on TikTok and months earlier than me. From that day, my life would never be the same.
Beginning of Jack and Sienna. She said that she was thrown into a crazy, exciting relationship because the public demanded it. She said that if they went a few days without seeing each other, press would run stories like Jack and Sienna broke up. Also talked about the filming of
Alright, so let's read this.
Jack and Sienna. She said that
so his head is on this side, so it'll be a little bit easier. Together went viral. Suddenly, we were America's favorite teenage ship, and it all happened so fast that neither one of us really knew what it meant. We were thrown into a crazy, exciting relationship because the public demanded it. Well, I mean, yeah, you can. I think again, and I've only heard Jack's perspective and what he said. I didn't even really listen to what Sienna said. But you know, I mean, from the looks of it, he knew it was this relationship was for the cameras. You know, like for exactly what you said, the public. You know, just because the public demands it doesn't mean you have to do it. But at the same time, you know, peer pressure is real, and kids go through it the most, and they're the most susceptible to it.
She was thrown into a crazy, exciting relationship.
We were thrown. Blah, 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 we couldn't make we couldn't make enough content together. If we went just a few days without the other in our videos, the press would run stories like, "Did Jack and Sienna break up? Who the fuck cares?" And people would comment things like, "If they don't get married, I don't believe in love." Okay, so that's the thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like peer pressure is so real. It's like again, I do feel sorry, I guess, for her for having to feel like she had to do this for other people, but at the same time, like you are your own person, you know, like it's the same thing. Let's say if it was you at high school, would you date some dude just because, you know, your friend group says like, "Oh wow, you guys look so good together," you know? Even though you and him know or don't know each other, not even don't know each other, but know that you don't belong together.
Because the public demanded it. She said that if they went a few days without seeing.
Sorry, I keep pressing play. Um, da, 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 da. Major companies were reaching out with brand deals for us, and Jack even switched agents to make it easier for work opportunities. Somewhere along the way, and in a very confusing, I don't know what that
She said that she was
state
thrown into a crazy,
of
exciting relationship because the public demanded it. She said that
not knowing what was fake and what was real, I started to fall in love with him. Okay, so so yeah, that's not really, you know, helping your case, you know, unless, you know, did Jack really give her the same vibes that he would give her on camera, off camera? I don't remember him saying that, but it's kind of hard to believe that unless he was, you can't decipher what's real and what's not, what's love and what's for publicity.
if they went a few days without seeing each other, press would run stories like Jack and Sienna broke up. Also talked about
In December 2020, after our 4 months of TikTok fame, wow, that's crazy. 4 months. Anyway, more fun than I've ever had, and what seemed like the perfect life. I got a call from the producers of the Hype House show asking me to be one of the featured influencers headlining the series. They also
the filming of the Hype House. Talked about her
told me that they didn't plan to have Jack. What?
seeing each other. Press would run stories like Jack and Sienna broke up. Also
That they also didn't have Jack
talked
in a
about the
lead.
filming of the Hype House. Talked about her
role. To me, that felt wrong. He was blah blah blah. To introduce me to all those people, he wasn't even an official member of the house. Interesting.
and Jack film scenes with both their family and friends. Also talked about the Hawaii.
Oh god. Alright, so here's the Hawaii trip. In May, we took another trip to Hawaii. Although the Hype House filming was wrapped at this point, the internet was going crazy for our content, especially since we hadn't posted a lot during filming because it had to be exclusive to the show. We both felt pressure. I wasn't originally whatever
trip
this
in the
guy
video.
said is in
Said
the
that
way.
Jack
Originally supposed to be on this trip, but to be clear, I said I could come a few days before going back, whatever. Looking back now, I see that is that it was to make content. Something on this trip was something everywhere. We went. He introduced me as his girl, but then takes pictures and blatantly.
Jack introduced everyone to her as her girl. Also said that Jack would
Whatever. And then, without producers and cameras around for the first time in months, it really hit me. He liked me when he needed me for a video or for work, but he didn't like me otherwise. Okay, that's good that you're realizing this. I asked him to make a video with me, explain to our fans that we were truly just friends. I told him that if he didn't have real feelings for me, I wanted to set the record straight publicly about our relationship, as explained and shown in my response video from last year. He told me he had brand partnerships riding on our fake one and that it wasn't fair to him. Okay, so yeah, right there, he's telling you, like, bro, like, this is a fake fucking relationship. Like, come on, what are you doing? What are you trying to prove here? Like, the only people that need to know it's fake is you and me. Like, oh my god. And that it wasn't fair to him. I couldn't believe that someone who I had created with, laughed with, and cried with could also easily disregard my feelings for the sake of money. So it's literally him telling her, bro, I'm friend zoning you. Like, and if that were the case, again, if you felt this way so strongly about him and you couldn't go on with this fake relationship, I get it. Even if it's just for the cameras, I get it. But just take yourself out of the situation. Tell him privately, bro, like, okay, well, even in that situation, you could have been like, okay, well, you know what? I don't think I can do this anymore. Money aside, what are you gonna do? Make me do this? Like, you can't do that, right? You gotta stand up for yourself at some point. If that's because you don't want it to get to this point, right, where you're having your feelings take over what your brain wants you to do, which is act sanely. You're having your heart tell you, girl, jump on this man right now. Here's your opportunity. And it's a terrible decision.
Disregard of feelings.
He apologized. I appreciate that, but I needed time away, I guess, from him and our public persona to
Because of the
think.
money they were making from this fake relationship. Talked about things that she regrets doing.
Would
Finishes
do
it off by
differently.
talking
Oh,
about
shit.
understanding they were
And then once we're just in here,
making from this fake relationship.
my regrets. I wish I knew that when. Hold up. I wish I knew then what I know now. I wish we had laid out our boundaries that made sense to us both, that protected both of us from feeling vulnerable or misled. I don't know a lot of other people who at 17 know how to do that with their partners, but I would have liked to have tried. I mean, I know what I was doing at 17. It was definitely, I'm not even gonna comment, but I'm just saying, like, dog, I get it. I get it. I really do. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Bro, like, at one point in time, I was, doing mushrooms with my friend and a whole bunch of other friends, and his girlfriend was there, and we're all tripping. And next thing you know, we're in the car the rest of the time. And before we even get to the car, we're like body painting each other. Everybody is body painting each other. So when everything's like dying down, we're on that last wave of, we go to the car and fool around, right? And then pass out, and then go to the grocery store in the morning and then come back. Everybody's like worried where we are. My friend's like freaking out. And I'm like, bro, we were just like, we were just getting breakfast for everybody. Here you go. We were fine. We were just having, a side trip. She was like freaking out. So, we got breakfast for everybody the next day. They go to the car and see like paint marks like embedded in the seats. Why? Because they're leather seats, and paint like not necessarily rubs off, but it transfers very easily with heat. So, yeah, man, I know, like, you're not going to make the best decisions at 17. You're definitely not going to make the best decisions at 17. But, you got to own up to it, especially after you've been caught, after there's evidence. And that's what I'm saying. I thought my dog was peeing on me. There's evidence, there was evidence of me fooling around with this girl in the car, the paint, right? There's clear evidence. There's clear evidence of you groping this young man while he's, can't, he's not conscious. There's evidence. Just own up to it. You know, we're not asking about all this other stuff.
Talked about
That's
things
what I
that
was
she
telling my
regrets
girl too.
doing.
We're not
Finishes
asking
it
about
off
all
by
this
talking
other
about
stuff. Shit, I forgot to actually read that. Sorry. I think I did actually read that. Okay, actually no, I didn't. Protect his family. Don't know a lot of other people. I wish I knew that every time he did something nice for me, didn't necessarily mean that he wanted to be my real life boyfriend and not just my internet boyfriend. I wish we knew. I wish we knew together how toxic the relationship had become before it spun out the way it did. Looking back, there are definitely some things I would do differently.
Finishes
Okay.
it off by talking about understanding love languages, importance of consent. Finally finishes it off by saying that she apologizes to Jack for making him feel uncomfortable. She said she's so sad of where they ended up.
Yeah, I. I don't know, man. I don't know. It kind of seems like, it kind of seems just kind of like, how you say? I don't even wanna. I don't even want to comment. I have no comment. I have no comment for this apology. I don't know if you feel differently. Let me know in the comments. But man, she kind of screwed the pooch on this one. It's and it sucks because you don't have to you don't have to try and cover up for yourself so much. It's not. I don't think, you're so worried about what the public thinks, right? I don't think the public really cares about these other times. I think you want to bring this to the public's attention so that, it balances out the both ends of who's involved. And people can see right through that. And, she's a teenager, right? So she's not going to analyze things the way an adult is going to analyze things, and she's already said that. And clearly she hasn't realized that an adult will be able to see through that. And it just sucks that, he probably won't press charges. He probably won't, I don't know. I don't think he's going to say anything about her that really tries to balance the playing field here. I think he said all he needs to say. But I'll let you know if they say anything else. Thanks for watching.